credit. And with Angel, the former in-game leader, now in the coach slot, should be the support that they require to pull this one apart. It starts off with Ruxic having that freedom to just roam in the range of his TP, pick up the opening kill on ramp, and force Joblife into an awkward reaction which costs Enzo his life.
Yeah, just walked straight into a battalion of NAVI players, so now you're looking at the breach at the back of A, under siege, needs to be careful, but Chiwa is here to support.
Already revealing himself with that first jump spot. Ruxic holding on, and the rest of the players on the Navi side closing the gap. But Chiwa, despite being blinded, walks away with 2 kills. Doma's trying his best to delay from sight, but this disconnect, unfortunately, lends Navi the advantage again.
Now this player's low though has a Chiwa unlucky, not able to capitalise onto Hero, but backed off and waiting for kamyk to come in to support.
Huge value from the regrowth there as well. Both players topped back up to full HP from sociablE. Again, continuing his role in this team, and as headshots go traded, Chiwa is the one on the weaker end, but still walking away with more kills. That's 3 now on the round for the anchor player. Make it 4 once the flash has ended. Ruxic hits a brilliant shot.
Just not stopping the line of sight, but it's Filu on it now. Can't quite grab kamyk, and well, the moment goes fleeting, so the players in heaven can start to look towards the B site, and when they do, they get the kills they're looking for. It's an even trade all out, but the player who took the most damage was sociablE, and he can't heal himself.
Yeah, no stopping power left for this Viper either, and Runner has a full belt on the retake.
Hero looking towards heaven, a player who's usually good for these duels, these battles, but instead walks away, leaves sociablE all on his own, no trade ability, so it has to be the clutch that Hero has always been good for. His trademark, the foundation in which this NAVI roster seems to be built upon. He swings out and takes the player off the flag. But it's just a straight pop out of B main. A little bit of delay not working out, and kamyk and Runner under fire, but able to live up to it. A player to the good of the defense right now. Shao tries to escape into hell, and exactly where he will be put. So now the 2 remaining players have to try and rescue the spike.
Yeah, no smokes either, in a really awkward position. Ruxic gets on the line early though. No reason for Joblife to give him what he wants.
But he's creeping up. A gap in which to walk, scared of heaven, that's where all the players are, but the spike most important. That's in the back pocket. You can see at the moment, the Viper starts to move in towards CT. Hero looking on towards the attack of the spike, trying to bait out a peek, and instead he baits himself. Ruxic gone.
But Hero sets up Ruxic in a really strong position where he can't find the shot, but Runner can.
Yeah, exactly. Stop the push coming through. Goes for a second shot, but instead takes loads of damage. NAVI at least get the site.
Should have an opportunity to plant the spike here with it in tandem. A Viper's Pit and Elbow could be strong, but it means little if Filu can't find the shot he's looking for. Waylay out into the retake if required, but right now NAVI just have to find the kills. They've started to do it through sociablE, but it leaves only Hero left. He does have the pit, but it's only a stinger in his hands, and that's not the kind of choice weaponry that's going to be supported, especially with rolls. But here, it's another mid-fight.
Oh, where's Shao? What has just happened there? kamyk's TP'd into the depths, and well, NAVI have ended up being put in the depths themselves. It just seems as if the tier 1 side are not winning any duels at all. Getting overwhelmed and traded every single time. It's up to Hero now once again. Don't understand the danger that they're in as Runner goes for the peak, finds his pick! Shao! Lovely spray transfer, but we will go all even, and that stops NAVI having any smokes for the rest of the round.
Yeah, that'll make up for it though, and there is still a toxic screen towards A, but Doma is looking for this timing, fresh off the back of a 4K. As long as he can hold screens, he's done his job.
Big F, especially when you're up against Hero, but his positioning much more reserved as Ruxic goes walking into the smoke. Why would you do that, Ruxic? You've got an op. So an advantage now to Joblife as they try to retake and successful. So far, it's up to sociablE. The 29-year-old rookie from last year. Can he do it right now? What they're offering is a low buy. 3 stingers in the mix, 1 Spectre, and the spam is somewhat hitting. Shao able to throw a flash through, and they're really trying to pressure in towards A Heaven, which they're successful in doing so. But Ruxic also gives himself away, missing his shot.
Expect a player to be moved up, does now. So Showstopper from Filu still trying to push the envelope on the A site, but Doma's won the duel on Ruxic. Enzo with that fabled Odin. The round only feels to be going one way right now, and the Filu decayed. Oh, he was in the firing line, but wins the duel. A hero one more as well, and all of a sudden there might be a chance.
Might be, especially with Filu having a rifle, but he paths elbow.
Need for a little bit more stall. Edge of the waylay ult, but manages to sidestep it. Runner has a difficult shot to try and land, but it's the hinder.
Feeling that he needs to get out of dodge at the moment as there's a nade planted at his feet. He'll go, and Filu's shots look great. That's what we were looking for. A little bit of evidence of what he's got in the back pocket. And that puts NAVI closer to a round win, especially with that shot from Ruxic. So Enzo, with his Enzodin, has to try and clutch up a 1 versus 5.
Might want to give up the space here, honestly, because you have that Rolling Thunder coming back into the retake. Filu is going to take a lot of ground in the process, though.
He's going to go a step further and take in towards CT, which I really like.
It's fired off a blank. There was no rocket, but sociablEE is following this up with extra util. Paranoia over the shoulder of Shao, but it's never sent in. He waits late for the stun to expire and catches a perfect timing to dispense kamyk, relieve him of his duties. Walking spray from Doma, and 2 for 1 on Ruxic's op. NAVI spin this into a 3-on-1, and Doma's work is cut out for him on the other side of this one-way.
Yeah, how does he even get out from here, right? The time ticking away might be just as well saving, but Hero's here to catch.
He's not going to, it slips through his fingers, newly assembled, but you can already see that the results are starting to turn in their favor. sociablEE punishing Runner early, stun not setting him up for success. And Shao, deep in heaven, has fully overloaded this with NAVI players. Doma cut out of position, and just like that, it's a 5v3.
You can see at the moment though, Chiwa's dancing with the idea of going up this wire, but if he does, there is Ruxic waiting.
Just the pace of NAVI already so strong, and Shao still holding on to the blind here, looking to set up Filu again, and once more he delivers. Building on those performances into this team now, and kamyk already noted, hit the trap behind, cancels, and it's looking like this one is all but over. A matter of time, a formality before NAVI will find 5 on their attack side of Split.
Yeah, just waiting for the confirmation here on the defense as well, just because of that chamber. But I mean, Joblife, their pace, you can't match it, it seems. As they go player to the good once again in the pistol.
Yeah, the setup perfect as well for Runner to get in there, but all of the supporting cast doing their job. Filu grouping back up with Hero in screens, but Shao will be late to this party on the A site.
Starting to work their way through it. Still having to clear so many corners is a real issue, and Chiwa being able to hold on and maybe re-clear in towards Heaven is going to be the ace up the sleeve that Joblife could potentially have, but Shao winning that out. Oh, I was going to say, it could have been the saving.
Joblife are starting to split this site.
Yeah, they're starting to move up, Hero aware, and able to deal with everything. Absolutely.
In the 2 versus 4.
30 seconds left.
sociablEE, I was going to say, maybe putting himself on an island there, but it has just left Runner all alone. The plan looked good, and Runner having to bail them out with just his Phantom now as the dash to try and put pressure on NAVI, see if they can bait out a peek, but instead as they walk up, NAVI stand tall and deal with everything. And unlucky for kamyk, he can't quite get the transfer.
And that's where you see the blind not be as effective as it used to. It wasn't lined up on the player's ramp. You've got to be really accurate. This 1-2 punch of Filu and Ruxic are doing so much work right now, though. The chamber's fallen, but the raise is still going.
Information, confirmation that Enzo, well, they don't know it's him, but a player is still top of ramp. As you said, Filu and sociablEE well up to task if needed. Well, unfortunately, actually Filu won't be. So chiwa able to break out here. Enzo looking to try and reconnect, and chiwa breaks the site open. Hiro
Expecting
swings.
them to go at quite some speed.
Well, that's exactly the case, as they try to put pressure on Hiro, but that's not the player you want to find. It seems like a formality now, as Joblife look reckless in their approach.
Starting with the stalemate in B main, but now NAVI have to defend the A site, and Filu has already started off with one, but nothing more.
Only able to, and well, right now Joblife are just not clearing the corners overall. Again, it's that same reckless approach that we've seen before, trying to be quick, but maybe a bit too quick, as they find themselves at a disadvantage. Joblife trying to go up against what now feels like a juggernaut awakened in NAVI. And it seems if Doma might have an escape route here.
30 seconds left.
He's going to fake it, wins a 1v1 against Shao, but doesn't actually win the 1 versus 1. He got a ticket, but unfortunately, no luck of the draw.
So we find ourselves at 9-9 between these two, and yeah, it feels like NAVI have maybe got rid of any rust that they had coming into this game. As at the start, I wasn't impressed, and now it's just went from strength to strength.
It was always their defender, but the question will be, how many can he find here? There's a full Joblife team executing onto A, but the cavalry should arrive soon.
Yeah, and they're here just in time. The refract away. Chiwa only gets sociablEE, but the trades look somewhat decent for Joblife. Still players standing here for NAVI, but it's up to Ruxic, and he can't quite connect that last shot. A collat that would have brought the round into possibility.
Yeah, whisker away from a double that looked far more realistic, but as you say, NAVI had the numbers, couldn't win the fight. It falls onto Shao. 2 TPs and a blind, but no smokes.
Does he even want to use utility? He wants to rely on his gunmanship here as he finds a gap, sees the barrel, but he goes to the force to hold down mid as it looks as if, I was going to say NAVI look to reinforce the A side, but might not be needed as sociablEE is able to hold on by himself. It seems like Hiro is there to support, but it's all sociablEE. That's all it ever is. 7 here from Joblife.
Yeah, 2 opportunities to close out this map and move themselves to 2-1. Joblife into the site, but Filu watching over it. Through the decay, runner drops, and kamyk not too far behind. Joblife sent their marching orders as NAVI stand 5 strong.
Joblife need to try and find ones, but a top stack here is going to be difficult, but not for Doma. So he finds Hiro. A Viper's Pit.
Nothing if Ruxic can thread the needle through mid here.
30 seconds left.
Op trained on the line,
remaining.
but the attention turns to Filu, stealing the limelight for himself and stepping up in a big way.